Hello friends, today I'm going to demonstrate to you Oracle Collaboration Message Framework, which is also called as CMK in Oracle Fusion. Now let's understand what is CMK. Oracle Collaboration Framework facilitates to establish the business-to-business communication with your suppliers and customers. In a nutshell, it supports transformation of a B2B document, such as a purchase order, between the Oracle Fusion application format and a message format supported by your supplier or customers. Before we proceed further, let's understand what is WAN. WAN is a value-added network, is used by business to exchange information among each other. The main goal of a WAN is to facilitate electronic data exchange between businesses. The WAN sits on top of an existing common carrier. The carrier provides additional services on top of the infrastructure called value-added services, hence the name value-added network. We also need to understand the EDI broker. An EDI broker also provides a WAN network or might connect to a few WAN in places where they do not have their network. However, in comparison with WAN, they add more value to the service. Now, if you see this diagram about hybrid EDI integration, so if you see my on the left hand side integrated EDI solution, which could be a Fusion, let's say, if Fusion wants to interact with the supplier, so it can interact with the supplier directly through Oracle Fusion CMK. Else, the second part is EDI broker. So the message can be generated, the CMK message can be generated and sent to EDI broker. EDI broker in turn communicates to EDI WAN where the services are not available for those EDI broker, and that WAN is going to be communicating on behalf of EDI broker to the customer. EDI broker can also directly communicate to the supplier wherever they have presences, and at the same time they can receive the information through the same channel back into Oracle Fusion. The agenda of this session is to check default CMK configuration, understanding the service providers, understanding how to set up trading partners, understanding external message definition, understanding collaboration message definition. Then we'll check supplier to customer B2B configuration. We'll also look into domain value map. Then we'll create a purchase order and I will update the purchase order to check the B2B communication. The scenario which I'm going to take is a new purchase order is going to be created to send the B2B message to the supplier via email, and then we'll update the existing purchase order to ensure the B2B message has been sent to the supplier via UCM. So let's deep dive into the session. Now, the first step is manage collaboration messaging configuration. Okay, now this is nothing but it's a default configuration screen basically. Now, if you might have seen like when you are implementing procurement, there are system options. So these are the default system options, and then you keep overriding at the business unit level or the legal entity level. Very similar to this one, you are just setting up you're putting the default value, like whether you want to store the outbound source document, transform document, inbound source document, transform document. So those are the information you have to. Those are the check boxes which will allow the CMK to store these documentations or messaging. You can define your payload size. If it is 15 MB, then you can also CMK itself If the size of the payload increases, CMK knows, and it can also automatically split into multiple chunks and send across to the service provider or the trading partner. But before sending it to the trading partner, it automatically accumulates or concatenates that payload and then send across to the trading partner or the service provider. Yeah. Global sender ID, you can just by default, I'm putting as PECO. Maximum payload size for incoming message, default messaging history display duration is 6 hours. Enable pre-processing, so you can reprocess your email, your messages. Let's say due to some reason, like Edicom is down, your message has not gone out to the supplier. You can reprocess those messages. Now delivery methods, like there are many delivery methods, and you can set the maximum message size for those delivery methods. So if I'm sending email, it should be 20 MB. It should not be more than 20 MB. If I'm communicating through web services, my limitation is going to be different. By file export is nothing but is UCM, unified communication content management, basically. Yeah, universal content management. So what will happen is when you're selecting your delivery channel as file export, it will go to a appropriate UCM folder from where you can access through OIC, and then you can send across through the process. Now, if you see a business process setup, so you can enable whether I want to send supplier, procure to pay, customers, supplier, tax authority, customer. So these are the trading partner role, basically. So whether yeah. Now configure additional details means, like when you're saying supplier, it will show you what all you can send it to the supplier, what all you can receive from the supplier. So uh, I can I can receive credit note from the supplier. I can receive advance ship notice. I can I can send the purchase order change. I can send the cancellation of the purchase order or acknowledgement, etc. So you can set that here, basically, and at the same time you can configure additional information. So if I'm sending the supply, I can, and the sender email address, basically. So I can, otherwise what will happen is it will go as Oracle's email address. So we are trying to override that and sending it as if like you are sending, your company is sending this email to the supplier. Okay, now coming back to our checklist, understanding the service provider. So let me take you to the service provider screen. Now this is, how do we navigate to this one? You to come to tools, click on tools, collaboration messaging. Now this is the dashboard with all the infolets. It shows you the message count. It shows you procure to pay inbound messages, order to cash messages, supplier collaboration messages. We might be getting the message count over here. Actually, if you see in a short while, I can click on this one. You can change the duration. If I'm saying last 7 days, it should show me the count. You can see I have created a couple of purchase orders and changed a couple of purchase orders. Now let's get back to service provider screen. So Oracle has already given you out of the box service providers. A service provider, as a definition, a service provider is any intermediary involved in the transmission of messages between Oracle applications and your trading partner. Oracle has already provided you out of the box service provider which you can select. Alternatively, you can create your own service provider. So you are just, when you are pressing the add button, you are just you're putting the name, provider ID, ID type. ID type could be DUNS number, B2B supplier code, GL generic name. Yep. And you can just save this. Once you saved this, you can click on service provider. You will find there are three screens. One, I'll show you 1 minute here. This is the one actually I've created. And in fact, is you can see like user-defined service provider. So when you're creating a new service provider, it has got delivery methods, it has got outbound collaboration messages and inbound collaboration messages. So you can see delivery method. I can add my delivery method, PO export. I've given the name of that delivery method, PO email, file export, and email. File export is nothing but, as I said, is universal content management. PO email is nothing but email basically. Here you can define your outbound collaboration messages. So I am saying process purchase order export, and this is my protocol. So I'm going to be using Oracle 10 blah blah. This is the standard protocol which Oracle has provided, and I'll come back to you on this as well actually. So Oracle has got like pre-built, predefined message definitions. The message definition could be in CXML format, it could be in OAGIS format basically. And then you associate your delivery method. Once you have created delivery method, you associate saying, if I'm using the purchase order export, if I'm using the purchase order out, yeah, this is my message definition, then I should be sending an email basically. And what is the alternate delivery method? Due to some reason, if email fails, it will try to put the message into the UCM folder. So from UCM folder, you can pick this up actually and send the email actually through OIC, let's say. And this is my active status. Similarly, there's an inbound collaboration message you can define here. You can put any name inbound, and then I can say supplier invoice, let's say, yeah. And I can say supplier invoice. So you can search from here. I would pull invoice in. Okay, and you can put the application partner code XPath. You can just ignore it's not mandatory, and retention duration. Retention duration is basically how long this is going to be. So this is inactive basically. So now if I'm saying active, automatically it goes away. Yeah, so you can define your this is how you can define your service provider. Now it's not mandatory to create a service provider unless you have. Now if you want to communicate to your trading partners directly, then you can simply come and you can create your trading partner. So if I want to communicate to my trading partner, by default you can see I've not created this is the one which I was using currently, and I've given the trading partner ID as EM01, and you can click on this one. It has got exactly the same screen. So what I was trying to say is, if you are defining your service trading partner and associate with the service provider, now this one is without service provider, if you associate with them, all these informations are going to be inherited, but at the same time you can change based on the trading partner. As I said, my service provider can have two different trading partners. Now you are defining the trading service provider, but when you are defining your trading partner A for supplier A and B for supplier B, you can override this information like delivery channel. You can override outbound collaboration messages as well, and inbound as well. Yeah. So from our demo perspective, think of this one. EM01 is my trading partner ID. Okay. Coming back to supplier understanding external message definition. So now you understand the trading partner and these are the message, right? So now I'll show you the external message definition. Oracle has provided you built-in or out of the box external message definition based on the protocol you are going to be using. So if I'm using OAGIS, if I'm using CXML, Oracle has got its own message definition. Yeah. I'm not going to be creating a new message definition at this point of time. That's going to be my next lecture. The next lecture demonstration is going to be on how do we customize the message. Like, take an example. Now this is pre-built or out of the box functionality. Like, I'm passing purchase order payload to the supplier. Now one of your trading partner requirement is to send some additional attribute. How do we customize that additional attributes? Where do we customize this additional attribute? How do we map to this message definition? And how do we create a new external message definition and then point it to the trading partner screen? That's going to be taken up in my next lecture basically. So this is I wanted to show you, like, it shows you the name of the now you can see, like, or OIGS 10.1 process PO, and it has got all these attributes. What is my identification? XPath, so you have to just put the complete XPath basically. So this is by default Oracle has provided, but you can, when you're creating your own, you can have your own XPath basically. Once you create external definition, you have to create a collaboration message, because collaboration, end of the day, external message definition is nothing but is the representation of a document type in a specific format, and it has to be associated to the collaboration message definition. So that's my prerequisites. If you create collaboration message, it will ask you, what is my external message definition? And this is where you attach your XSL file, payload template files. Yeah, this is where exactly you do that way. So if I'm saying I'm creating a new definition, it will ask me, okay, from which external message definition? Yeah, and based on that, it will populate all your inputs. I'm going to show you. Yep. So message standard is going to be OHEIS, version 10.1, type subtype is process purchase order, message type is collaboration message, and then you associate, like, whether it's what inbound or outbound purchase order and all that. Yeah, and then you have to attach your XSL file, which is going to be coming from your Oracle Analytics, yeah, BIP basically, business intelligence publisher. So you have to generate your XSL file over there and then upload, and then you'd have to do the mapping. As I said, I will be taking that in my next lecture basically. So if you query this one, outbound purchase order outbound and message OIGS, you'll find all the OIGS which are in place, and these are the standard ones. It's not customized one, only this one which I've created. When you create your customized one, it will automatically suffix with the underscore cust. Yeah, so we have understood the collaboration message definition. Let's associate supplier or a customer. Now, trading partner without supplier or customer sites, it doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, when you are raising the purchase order, it understands the supplier, or it understands the supplier site or a customer or customer's account, and then it will send this information, right? So you have to associate your trading partner to the supplier. You don't have to associate your service provider because trading partner is already associated to the service provider. So automatically that relationship is built. So let's go to supplier. Now, if you see my supplier, this is my supplier, and I'm going to be raising a purchase order against this supplier. You can see it will show me the site, and it will, because I have enabled my my B2B messages at the site level, it will show me the site. It will ask you the sender party ID because these are the information that needs to be part of the messaging. Because when it goes to the trading partner, because the supplier can receive purchase order from hundreds of customers. Yeah. Now, when they are getting this message, they should be able to, their automation process should understand which supplier we are getting this message from. Based on that, they have to map it on their system. On their system, they'll be mapping us as a customer. And this is my domain value map. Now, this is going to be very important actually, which I'll show it to you. Why domain, sorry, why domain value map is required, right? And I'll come to that in my next slide, basically. Okay. And here we are associating the type of the documents which we are going to be generating. So we are going to be, there are two types which I have selected: purchase order outbound, purchase order inbound, outbound, purchase order change outbound. My trading partner is EM01. Type is B2B supply site code. Association status is enabled. So I'm enabling here. Yeah. If you want to put additional details, you can put additional details. Otherwise, you can leave as it is. I'm coming back to domain value map. I'm putting as EM01. So when I'm creating domain value map, I need to associate that with this one, EM01. You can call it as this one, EM02, but then when you're creating your domain value map, you have to put that value basically, and then you associate that value. So it could be EM02, but then when you're going into domain value map screen, you have to put EM02 over there. Yeah. Now, coming back to domain value map. So now I'll just take you to the domain value map. Okay, so the 8th step is understanding domain value map. So I'm going to domain value map over here. Now this is a flaky screen. It won't open up immediately. You have to press one more time and it will come. So it's nothing but it's a SOA Composer screen. Actually, it opens up SOA Composer screen, and they have Oracle has already created a domain value map, which is Fusion code. This is where we are going to be entering. They have listed down the DVM as well, actually, because Oracle understands where the informations are going to be, the transformation information is going to be required. So now why are we using domain value maps? Yeah. Now try to understand, when you exchange messages with trading partners, your values for specific data elements in Oracle application may differ from the values of your trading partners for the same data elements. Take an example. If I've got country code, my country, I'm putting as PL in my country code, in my application. But when I'm sending it to let's say the supplier cannot understand PL. I need to transform that value into zloty. So this is where exactly domain value map comes in. So you can have country code for PL, you can have country code for let's say GBP. I have to create the session. Whenever you want to change, you have to create a session, you have to edit, and then you have to publish it. Yeah. Right. So let me add it. Fusion value is, let's say, GB. This is my trading partner. Now trading partner values, I'm saying EM01 and use K. Now, do you know, like, see, this value we have associated over there. So we are trying to keep the same value, EM01, EM01. Yeah, so when the system is processing the message, it understands, okay, EM01, okay, I need to pick it up, all the EM01, replace all the country codes with a specific value. Yeah, so this is my input parameter, this is going to be output parameter. And once I've done it, I have to just save it. You have to save first. So this is my domain value map. Okay. Now coming back to the transaction, so we'll just create one transaction, we'll create one purchase order, and we'll see, okay, where the messages are getting created, how exactly it gets emailed out, and also, like, we'll change the purchase order. Once we have changed the purchase order, it should generate a file into UCM folder. Yeah. Okay. Generate a file, before I create a purchase order, I'll quickly check where exactly the email will go basically. Okay, that's the file, and the file extension is going to be zip. As an unzip and it's only attach payload. Okay, coming back to the purchase order, let's create a purchase order. I'm going to select same supplier because I've done the configuration for that supplier, because I've created a trading partner for that supplier. So I'll be creating for the same supplier. It's taking time. Even the approval takes time sometimes, so like I'll have to wait. Right, so I'm just going to add another item. I'm going to add another item. Right, request schedule date. This is going to be important. I'm going to say 12, 13, 24. So our order number is PPL and 83 at the end. Yeah. And let me wait for the approval to happen. So this is still in incomplete state right now. It is pending approval. Let's wait for the approval. So this is still in pending approval right now. Okay, and once it is changed to open state, we'll go back to the collaboration message screen to quickly check whether the message has gone out or not. So, right, so it has come into open state. That means it has been approved. Okay, so it has been approved. We'll just go back to the collaboration screen. Coming to tools. Okay, you can see now the one message has arrived. Okay, this has been approved. So this is 353. Yeah, so this is the one actually we have received, and I've received in the process purchase order. You can see my email. I'll quickly open it. This is my trading partner, and this is my delivery attempts. So it has sent in one attempt. Responses, there's no response. I would like to see the document basically. So I'm just going to click on this one. It will show me the complete delivery method, right? It will show me the payload, the transformation format, original message, and this is my transferred message. This is my original message, right? And this is coming from BI publisher. And once it, so when you are transforming the message, it will be transformed based on your domain value pair, or you can write your own logic basically. Yeah. And I'll quickly show you the email which I've received just now. I don't know why is that. Oh, sorry, like I'm going into the wrong email basically. That's the problem. Yeah, this is the one which I've received. You can see the attachment. You can see the zip file, and this is the message which I've received. You can open this one. And this is the XML, which is the out file, and I'll show you the purchase order number. So this is the 883 was my purchase order number. You can see this. Yeah, and it has got all the elements. And yeah, another one which I wanted to show is the country code. My Oracle application has got country code as PLN, whereas lot, and it automatically gets converted into zloty. Let me show you that one in original message. Yep, so my country code was PLN. Can you see that? And the transfer message has got zloty. Can you see that? Okay. So this was my creating the purchase order. Let me take another scenario. Another scenario was to update this purchase order. So let's say instead of one quantity, I'm going to change it to two quantities. Okay, changed quantity. I'm not touching any part except for the quantity. Okay, I'm not changing the delivery dates. Pressing the submit button, it should go for an approval process one more time, because we are changing not only we are not changing the description, we are changing the quantity. So it will create another version for it. Okay, sorry, like I changed the wrong quantity actually. Like I changed the schedules quantity, whereas I should be changing this quantity. Okay, so this has been changed. You can see the version number here, change order, and once this purchase order is approved, this change will disappear, and that will be my latest purchase order. Yeah, and the amount should be 86 instead of 43. Let's wait for the approval to happen. Right, so if you see, like the change order has gone, now this has become my latest purchase order with the amount of 86. Let's go back to the collaboration screen. You have two messages. The one which was for purchase order outbound, and second one is purchase order changed outbound basically. Yep. Now if you click on this one, you'll come to know, you'll find the delivery method is different, is file export. Okay, and the location of that file is going to be this, the repository account is this, scm slash outbound message queue. Let's go there actually and quickly check where exactly the file has been kept to complete our demo. SCM, okay, it's here. SCM B2B messages. This one. Yep. You see, like the file has been generated today, and this is my file. This is my account. If you click on this file, it will download the file, and this is going to be in a zip file. You open the zip file, you'll find this message. Now is nothing but it's a service provider, so it prefixes with service provider hyphen trading partner hyphen your code, basically a partner type, hyphen the change purchase order. So this concludes our CMK part 1 session. Hope you liked my session, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.